The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here right now. We have the Dow Industrials down 41. You get the Nasdaq off 25. S&Ps are down 7. Gold contracts up $13.40 at $12.67. We have silver up 21 cents, $18.13. Oil is down 24 cents, $52.84. Notes and bonds, folks, continue going topside. Notes up 10 ticks, 125.07. Bonds are up 18, 30-year bond, rather, is up 18 at 152.11. Now, they both have not only confirmed ABC structure on the way up, they launched their last 4 months consolidation. So this baby has some movement behind it, has the volume behind it, price behind it, all of the above. We're going higher, rates are going lower. King dollar's down 222 ticks, trading at 100.730. The euro is at 106 to the U.S. dollar. Yen is at 110 to the U.S. dollar. What's going on, Tom?
Good morning. Good morning. Tuesday morning. I can't believe it's only Tuesday. It feels like it's Thursday somehow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's just a short week where everything's getting...
Listen, there's no doubt it's going to be a short week. And remember, folks, okay, that's important because we're coming up to Good Friday. It will close. It'll get slow on Thursday. Yesterday was the lowest volume day in the NYSE the whole year. I guess we're only into April. But bottom line, that's 600 and something million. That's all we did. Pretty amazing.
Pretty wild. It is, yeah.
Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here at TFNN, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. You want to know the option market upside down, folks? We have the program for you. It's free. Get it right on your cell phone. Just go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. You're going to get some great option education on a continual basis. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. How we doing? First note, Tom, options expiration on Thursday this week because of the Friday holiday.
That's heavy, isn't it?
Right.
You know, we were looking at even the gold market yesterday, Kevin, and that's it. And you know, bottom line, folks, gold closes at 1:30. The pit closes at 1:30 on Thursday, and that's so crucial for everyone to understand, Kevin. You know.
Right. I mean, because of weeklies coming into the market, there's an expiration now every Friday. And everyone has to be aware, if you have options for this week, they're going to expire Thursday at the end of the day, not Friday.
Yeah.
Something that everyone should be paid attention to. And if you're on the Thinkorswim system, all you got to do is look at the parentheses of days till expiration in that column, and that'll never let you down. That'll tell you how many days till expiration. If you look this week, it was 3 days.
Yesterday, I know.
Yesterday, and it says 2 days today on the Thinkorswim platform. So everyone be aware of that.
No, tell you, we were looking at the gold one yesterday, Tommy and I, and that's when we popped. It was like, oh man, 3 days, hold it, because I knew that. I felt the premium wasn't enough. Do you know what I mean? It was enough, all right, because there's one less day.
Right, exactly.
Hey, we finally got the VIX moving here. This is pretty wild. I mean, you know, we were talking about the VIX at 11. 5 trading days ago, and we're at 15.
We knew this would happen someday, eventually, right? We knew the VIX wasn't going to stay down there forever. Because why? Because it never does. The average for the VIX all time is 1539. Well, this morning it hit 1545 already.
Look at that bell curve, man. That is amazing when you think about it. And that's, folks, you know, as you're listening to Kevin and Scott, it's so important statistically. Bottom line with options, man, it comes back to the center. That's
a mean reverting instrument, Tom.
Yep. Amazing, man. You know, and it doesn't take long once it goes.
No, you're right. It stays below 15 for long periods of time, but then it jumps sharply.
Right.
And it can go much higher.
Oh, big time, man. These spikes can be crazy. And what's going to get interesting today, folks, is that on the 27th, you know, you had the spike and the VIX, but guess what? It gave it up because the buyers came in an extraordinary way in the market. So we went from 15 back down to 12.50 in about a heartbeat. So it's going to be interesting today, Kevin, you know, if it can stay over this 15, you know.
Yeah, 10-year yield's really going to weigh on banks, obviously. You know what I mean? A 10-year yield looking at 2.32 now, that's going to weigh on banks pretty heavily. And I was doing some reading yesterday. If everyone looks at a longer-term chart, seasonally. Now, you don't like to, I'm an ag trader.
Yes.
I'm a grains trader, so seasonally comes into my world. But there's actually a seasonal trade right now in the banks and financials. This is a seasonally weak time for banks because of loan demand at the beginning of the year.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Right. So it's interesting to watch. I did some research, and sure enough, the first quarter into April can be a seasonally weak time for banks, and you're seeing that. They've all backed off pretty significantly here.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. And now that you brought this up, this is what gets wild about the bonds, folks, okay? The bonds get stronger from here on in, and the reason is that our refinancing, the way it's happened over the last year, is just not on purpose, that the heaviest part of the refinancing our debt is at the beginning of the year.
There you go.
Isn't that
See?
wild? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you just made it by the first quarter, and that's just how the bonds roll over, folks, okay? And, bottom line is going to be less pushed out from here to the end of the year. So it's going to be like, these bonds are a trip, man. I mean, it's like... but as we've been talking, it's like, guess what? When you look at the world, we still got huge rates, man.
Exactly. Because of what we're doing with our rates, you think our yields should be going up. But then you look at the rest of the world, and there's demand underneath for our bonds, and you're seeing it right now.
It's huge. Folks, right here, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Get right on your cell phone, TFNN.com. Hit Tiger TV. You're going to get a great program. Kevin, you have a great day, safe day. We look forward to the program at noon today.
Looking forward to it, guys.
Thanks so much.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 53. Get the NASDAQ off 31. S&Ps are down 9. If we take a look inside the Dow Industrials with the strength versus the weakness, what we have out here point-wise today is that bringing it down is Apple. Apple has 11 points into the negative. IBM has 8.5. You get DuPont 6, Chevron's 5, Caterpillar 5. Bringing it higher, even though it's lower at 56, down 56. You get Disney putting 3.8 points into it. McDonald's putting 3.6, and that's it. The rest of them are only putting in 9/10 of 1. Pretty amazing. Inside the NDX 100, what we have is that the move is top side is Illumina is up 2.5%, Akamai Technology is up 9/10, and then it's the chips that are getting the downdraft here. Micron's down 2.7%. You got Qualcomm down 2.2. ADI, Analog Devices, is down 2.1. And what that's all about, folks, is Crush. Cirrus Logic is down 3.56%. And that gapped away, and I believe this is, let's see what they're saying here, Tom. They came out, let's see. This is one of their, I believe that, let me just see what they're saying. Okay, Cirrus Logic fell 4.5% at the open, the biggest move since February. Let's see what they're saying. So this is one of the big Apple suppliers. They came out with a notice this morning. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, I don't have it right here. But the bottom line is that they came out with the notice, and maybe that's why that's hitting Apple also. You know, Apple's down $1.64, coming off the highs. Now, what you do have, folks, is that what's going to get intriguing out here today is watching the NDX 100, because what we do have is that, you know, you get a crack. You're down with 6.8 million. This is going back down into the 131 area, and it looks like it's going to have the volume. You know, that the last swing low out here had 18.4 million, where we're at 6.8 million, and you're 50 minutes, you know, into the market right now. It must be the full moon. Ow! You see that full moon?
It was a beautiful moon. I was out last night. I saw it, man. You must have not been on my Instagram feed. I had a good picture.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
I'll send you it at one of the breaks, man. It was, you know, it was amazing. It really was. You know, I'm lucky in Tampa. We have beautiful Bayshore Boulevard.
Yeah.
It's right by the water. And I just happened to be out there after work last night. Got out at like 7 o'clock. So, of course, sunsetting at almost 8 o'clock. We're lucky again down here.
Oh, you get the picturesque. You get the best sunsets in the world there. It's insane, really.
Well, what happens is that it just, I mean, really, you guys do. You guys are on the West Coast. You know, so I didn't have the perfect sunset, you know, in terms of just, you know, where it sets right over the water, just on the side I happen to be on. But I did have it perfectly for the moon. And it's just the phone, especially with the moon, can never do justice how beautiful that full moon really looks. It does. It was a good one. It was. There we
go.
I was like, what is going on? There we go.
That's perfect.
So jumping back to the market, how about that VIX, right? So I wonder what's really playing into that. It's not like we've had any type of major market moves in the last day or two to cause it to go from Friday 12 to today 15.
Right.
But there's some market sentiment out there that risk is getting priced in. That's for sure.
They were laying, so that would mean that they've been laying the insurance on, right, the last 4 days, and now, you know, we'll see whether the market stays down, but now that insurance is basically getting paid off a little, you know, so.
Sure.
You know, we'll see where it shakes out. Gold, folks, okay, you know, it's amazing. You know, we've been talking about this, Tom, and if you want to see, folks, it's going to be intriguing, because if you're used to ABC structures on the way up or the way down, you've seen this before, meaning, you know, you need a few cycles. You need like 5 or 6 years of seeing them, really. it's going to be intriguing to see if, in fact, this comes to play, because it's a complex ABC, folks. And all the complex ABC means is that you've taken out a swing, you had the price, you had the volume, then you give it up on price. What happens is that normally, in this case, you pull back, and you have to pull back. If it's an ABC up, you have to pull back with light volume, and then it goes right for it again. Now, in this case, we're going for it within 1 day, which is unusual. You know, most of the time, I've seen it, it plays with you for a while, 3, 4, 5 days, okay, we'll go for it. But these are always intriguing to me because, you know, you can, you know, you say, okay, you gave it up on price, and, you know, what does that mean? Are we going to go to hell in a handbag? Do you know what I mean, Tom?
Sure, right. No,
and
definitely.
The thing that's pretty cool right here is that there's more than one that has done it, you know, because what happened, folks, is that the bond market also gave it up. You know, like this 10-year, the number to keep your eye on the 10-year is 125.04. We're at 125.10 right now. Now, it has to get a lot further away from 125.10. I mean, I'd like to see this. You get to 125.15. We do that today, that thing is going to be a rocket ship. You'll see it down 126 because we've been in this consolidation for 4 months. That's a long time, you know.
Sure, definitely. And if you can figure out what's going on with bonds, you can make a lot of money in a bunch of different areas in the market, right? In terms of how that's going to play.
That's why I love bonds. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
You got to pay attention for sure.
Exactly.
Right now, for sure. Yeah.
Exactly. And even if you don't trade bonds, folks, what you should do is keep your eye on them and try to figure out, you know, what you feel that they're doing. And this is just not in the marketplace either, man. This is just in any business you're doing or just in life, which that's what's so cool about the bond market. You know what I mean? Because most of us have mortgages, and that's important. Or you're going to refinance, or you're going to do some work on your house, you know?
No, right. And that's just a great fundamental example. Example of why it's going to have such a dramatic effect no matter what happens, because, I mean, not often can each individual understand how a market move is going to affect them on a daily basis.
Right.
But, boy, we can understand when we've been at 0% forever and we're contemplating climbing off it, or even, you know, so that can have an effect on all of us. We're talking about inflation, right? We're talking about loans,
right?
Housing loans, mortgages, car loans. People have credit card debt. You know, big time, right?
Big time. And the thing that you always want to remember is that, and it's not that it's new, but we're in a one-world market now because money does go over boundaries very quickly. Like this morning, I'm going to pull this up right now. What happened now? Sweden, I think it was Sweden. Sweden's really small, but what ended up happening was Sweden, or one of those countries over there, folks. What ended up happening is, let me see, is that their inflation rates come in this morning, and they were dramatically less than they were expecting. And it's like, oh man, okay, so if in fact, you know, that starts happening even more so in Europe, then all that means, folks, is they're going to pour more money into it, you know, because the central bankers are looking for inflation right now. That's the real bottom line, you know, and if they don't get it, these rates aren't going up, you know, which is just pretty wild, man. I mean, it really is.
It is. It is. Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow Industrials right now down 68. You got the Nasdaq down 44. S&Ps are down 12. We have gold up $15.14. You got a bid underneath this baby, folks. You stay right there. We're going to come right back.
If you're looking to unearth a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market-Safe Core Commodity CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 4 equally weighted commodities: gold, copper, WTI oil, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With no pricing caps, you can potentially earn an unlimited upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across semi-annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There's no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. Don't miss out. With certain commodities on the rebound, now is the time to take advantage. The March 23rd funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once more, that's 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
It's that time of the year again, and that means the Spring Tiger Dollar Sale is back. TFNN has just announced that our best Tiger Dollar Sale of the year is back this week only. Right now, you can get up to a 50% bonus on whatever you spend on Tiger Dollars. Tiger Dollars can be used for any TFNN newsletter or service and are a great way to add extra savings to any TFNN product. Tiger Dollars never expire and are fully transferable. Whether you're a current subscriber or plan on purchasing anything in the future, this is a great time to get your Tiger Dollars. Remember, this sale ends Sunday and we're closed on Friday with the market, so don't delay. The Spring Tiger Dollar Sale with the potential to earn a 50% bonus on your purchase only comes around once a year, so don't let it pass you by. For all the details and to get your Tiger Dollars today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow down 65, NASDAQ off 40, S&P's down 11. Let's go to Paul in San Jose. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
What's happening, guys? How you doing?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Morning, Paul.
I'm just having hey, good morning. I'm just having a good time trading this UVXY.
So,
you know, it's the underline of the VIX, or trade similar to the VIX.
Sure. It's the ProShares Ultra VIX short-term futures that correspond to 200% performance of the VIX futures. So this is a 200% leveraged ETF. Yeah, I bet you are having a little fun. It just went from $15 to $20 in 5 days, right?
So I got in this thing at 17. Tom, I wanted to ask you, we broke that most recent swing point this morning. In terms of the volume, what would you like to see on this thing for a continuation? Up to maybe the $24 range, possibly?
Let's take a look. So we're looking at the UVXY. Last time we were up at this high, you did 40 million shares. Oh, you're going to do it easy, man. That's interesting. So you did 40 million, folks, on the 27th. And that's when we were interviewing Kevin Hinks. We were talking about the 27th, because that's when the VIX, shot up to 15. But then by the end of the day, it was only 12.50, folks, because they were buying all day long. Exactly. It looks to me like you're gonna get this juice here, man. You're at 18 million, and we're 1 hour into the market open. So, you're over it, and that would say that you're gonna VIX going to 25, man. So, in fact, 2481 to 27 is the next number. That's the January 30th level.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. That 24 bucks. I'm hoping we can get there in the next couple of days.
Well, would you get it? There's a couple of different things that you have going for you right here, folks. If you're selling the market right now, you're in where it's Tuesday. Market's only open to Thursday. We're not in window dressing. We're before earnings. Okay, so this is like the time that, hey, this thing can rock. And it looks like yesterday was the lowest volume day in the NYSE of the year. That's tried to get to highs, gave it up on price. It's all right there that, that this thing, wants to go. And if we get the expansion of volume, it will go. So, and
that UVXY, when the market really falls apart, that thing can just take off like you can't believe.
I gotta tell you, I gotta read you this text. This is from my man Jeff in New York. Okay, this guy's been a Tiger forever, and he texted me yesterday. This is so cool, man. I love this. Okay, here we go. This was at 4:20 yesterday, and he's an option trader, folks, right? Oh, here. On 4:50 at yesterday was, what day is yesterday, Tom? Tuesday, right? So Monday he texted me.
Yesterday was Monday.
Oh, yesterday was Monday. Okay, so last Friday he texted me, UVXY closed above the 20-day movers average for the first time since the election. Volatility is back. Next week, ugly. This was Friday, right? And then yesterday, this is great. Yesterday at the close, UVXY up 7% today. SPX setting up for a big drop any day. It's a beautiful thing.
One more thing on that VIX, just to keep in mind, too, that I always think about, and this was Swim Lessons, Kevin Hinckley talking about that rule of 16. So we're approaching that number 16, right? And just from a fundamental perspective,
yes,
to keep in mind that means that, what's priced into the market is that basically 1 out of every 3 days, we should be getting a 1% move up or down in the S&P,
that's cool,
which is
to
a
know.
big number, especially in terms of what we've been seeing. Like, that's not in the market right now. So we'll probably need to see a little bit more volatility before the market starts saying we're going to see a 1% move in the market more than 1 out of 3 days, when in reality that's been pretty sparse, and not even in the last couple days have we seen. It's just.
Oh no, it's
so
huge.
I like keeping that rule in my head. When I learned that, just fundamentally, you can grasp that really quickly, and then it goes up from there. As in, if it hits 32, then you're talking about that 1 out of 3 days you're going to get a 2% move, which seems like impossible right now in terms of what the market's been doing. But we'll see.
So check this out, folks. Okay, what Tommy's talking about. We're talking about a 1% move within 3 days. We're only down
for an average.
Yeah. Right. We're down 0.5%, and the Dow, we're down 103 points.
Right, it's just huge.
Because it's big numbers we're playing with now.
Even if it gets to 24, then that means it should be a 1.5% move every 1 out of 3 days is being priced in, just from a risk perspective.
Yeah.
And those are just startling numbers. But, like Kevin talked about, the average is 15 and change or something like that. And we've been under it for so long that it's probably due. But you know what? If it's due, then that means market volatility is due too. So we better see that come in,
And, as we're just speaking here, folks, okay, if you want to see, watch, I'll just bring up the UVXY again. And we just went from, as we're on the air here, just on this call, we just went from 20 to 20.75. And so 25 is certainly game out here. I mean, it's pretty amazing, actually. The dollar's getting destroyed right now. This market can't stand when that dollar goes south, and we just took a, leg down. That dollar's down 317 ticks. Yeah, so.
Hey, guys, I got one more question if you have time about real estate. Out there, I know from listening to the show, I'm your son's age, I'm Tommy's age, and my fiance and I are thinking about moving down to the Tampa Bay area.
Come on down.
I'm in San Jose, Tom. For me to buy a house out here, it's almost impossible.
Right.
You
can come on down to St. Pete. You can go to where Tom lives in South Tampa. You can get a beautiful pad, man. $300,000.
Clearwater Beach. Clearwater Beach, $300,000. $175,000. You get a beautiful pad. To be fair.
Yeah, but he needs a $300,000. He needs a $300,000 loan. I'm telling you.
We came down for a similar reason, man. The weather's beautiful, of course, but cost of living in Boston is out of control in its own right. I've been down here 10 years. Wait, you've been down, 14?
17. I've been down 17.
17. Man, time is crazy.
I know.
You never say never. I love Boston. I'm going back up there for Easter, actually. Can't wait. And but it would take a lot to get me back. And not in Boston, just cold winters forever, man. It's just so beautiful. And San Jose is beautiful, too. But, man, the cost of living right now in Florida for what you get is pretty amazing. It really is.
Paul, Tommy knows I'm hooked on St. Pete. We're developing down St. Pete in a big way. St. Pete is such a happening city. It's unbelievable. It's hip. It's young. It's 30 blocks. You can go 30 blocks east to west, and then 5 blocks north to south, and that's all walkable. And we're talking city blocks. It's a real city. And it's just starting to happen. And you'll get it. What happens down here, which is amazing, people think it's already getting expensive if they've lived here. They've never been into a major city. This is like still inexpensive, man. You know, let's say downtown real estate's maybe at $300 a foot, right? It's going to be $600 a foot 10 years from now. You know, like a no-brainer, you know? So
that's what I'm looking for, something where I can get some growth out of my property. And over here in California, we get taken to the cleaners on taxes. It's
That's the other thing, man. State taxes. I would need an 8% raise.
Yeah, we have no taxes, but just to keep in mind that we do have a lot of crazy people in Florida, but it's worth it.
Oh, man.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. You stay right there. Tommy and I are coming right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate your growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow down 90, Nasdaq's off 52, S&P's are down 14. And percentage-wise, folks, it's still not a big deal. 0.4% for the Dow, 0.5% for the S&P's, 0.9% for the Nasdaq. Now, as you come over to our website, folks, at TFNN, if you do have any subscriptions at TFNN right now, or you're thinking to get any in the future, this is a sale that you very well should take advantage of. You'll either make 25% on your money or 50% on your money. And what it's all about is the spring Tiger Dollar sale. We only do this once a year, meaning giving 50% bonus. The way that works, Tiger Dollars are good for all product at TFNN, have no expiration date, totally transferable. This sale started last Friday. It ends this Sunday. The way it works, you can buy $600, purchase $600. You get 750 Tiger Dollars. That's a 25% bonus. Or you can purchase $1,500 and you get $2,250, or $750 bonus or 50% bonus. So check it out on the front page of TFNN. We are closed Friday. It doesn't mean you can't order then, but bottom line is that there will be no one in the office all weekend long. So check it out on the front page of TFNN.
And I was just going to say the 50% is obviously phenomenal. Some people don't want to spend $1,500, which is understandable if you're not a huge subscriber. The 25%, normally we do 10, 15, or 20%, right? Normally if you spend $500, you get 10%. You get 50 bonus. You spend $1,000, you get 15%. And if you spend $1,500, you get 20%. So when you look at that 25%, just understand that normally you're not even getting that. If you're spending $1,500, you'd just be getting a 20% bonus. You'd get $1,800. So that 25%, you know, for somebody that maybe just gets a couple of lower price newsletters, you know, or they're just getting into TFNN and they're going to sign up for some stuff, that's a phenomenal deal too. So take advantage of that for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Hey, so jumping around, can we talk about the wonderful airline of United Airlines real quick for a quick second?
Unbelievable.
So the only thing, unbelievable. So no matter what the you feel about the guy getting pulled off, right? Let's take that out of the situation because we really don't know the specifics of what happened yet, but it obviously could have been handled better, right? I think we can all agree on that. And I just want to point out, so in this day and age, it's just remarkable people in such powerful positions make such fundamental errors that are so magnificent in terms of money that is won or lost. So, you know, the story is, and they keep saying, just so everyone understands, that the flight was overbooked, right?
That's right.
And it wasn't technically overbooked. What it was they wanted to get 4 additional crew members on the flight because they had to get those crew members to another flight. Maybe they needed crew, otherwise they would have canceled. So they had to get those crew members on there, you know, so they had to kick 4 people off, basically.
Right.
It wasn't like they had even overbooked, which they do. So that's one thing that adds to the complexity of it, where, you know, that's a tougher situation than just somebody showing up and not having a seat. These people had seats, they're on the plane. So whatever, it could be handled better. You know, maybe they should have offered more money, right, to actually get people to volunteer.
You keep going, but that is the essence, exactly.
That's the essence. But then the problem is, right, what do? They probably started with whatever the price is, $600 voucher, $400 voucher. They didn't get it. Maybe they got one person, and then is it a bidding process that goes up? You know, who knows? But they're going to be looking at that process. But here's the point that I want to make. No matter what it costs the company, right? I'm looking at United right now. It looks like it's down about $2.78 cents. It's a 68.74 it's trading at, which is about 4%. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you know what the market cap right now is of United Airlines?
$21.7 billion.
Do you know what 4% of that market cap equates to?
What is it?
$880 million. Almost $1 billion.
Exactly.
So that's the coolest part when you really look at, you know, these companies in terms of, you know, the escalation, and it's got to be poor decision making on somebody's behalf. And in my opinion, that CEO letter that they put out is an embarrassment. I don't know if you've read it. I don't have it up in front of me. I read it earlier. If anybody's out there, go read the CEO letter, because literally it makes things worse, not better, the way it was handled.
Right.
So we'll see how it goes down.
I didn't read it either, but when coming into Bloomberg, they were saying that they're just blaming the client for being belligerent, right? I mean, that's
yeah. They were using terminology in terms of like accommodating the passenger and stuff like this that was just a total whitewash of what seemed to be, taking place.
And what happens, folks, is that, as Tommy said, it's a price deal, okay? The bottom line, they could have said, hey, I'll give you a voucher for $4,000. Big deal.
They could have got 4 people off that plane
in 2 seconds, right? They just decided that we're going to
be hearing more about this. I just, we don't know what, I heard that he was a doctor. We don't know if that's the case. It just gets to this deal where it was just handled poorly, and we're going to find out more about it, obviously, and it'll be interesting. But just from a straight fundamental, not even talking about morality, right? So that plays into it. Straight dollars and cents, just amazing the way people can.
$800 million.
And you're talking about people in pretty amazing, seriously.
Totally. Let's go to our man Carlos in California. Hey, Carlos, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Good morning, Tommy.
How you been, man?
I'm doing all right, thank you. How are you guys?
Good, man. We haven't heard from you. I was worrying about you, man.
No. I was fine. The only reason I stopped calling too often, Tom, and I really want to apologize for that. I was calling too often, and I was told that I can only call once a day. So I'm so sorry for that.
No, I'm sorry that it happened. I was actually worried about you, man. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. But
we're going to have a new rule. We're going to have a Carlos rule.
Yeah.
Carlos gets to call as many times as he wants. There we go.
I'm serious. Folks, this is what happens, right? Just for all of us. When we're in this business, okay, this is a tough business. And, the bottom line is that it's a very fast business. And so it's like, oh, man, what happened? Do you know what I mean? That's where my head was going. But I'm glad.
No. It's all on me because, see, sometimes I depend so much on TFNN.
We want you to listen. We're one big family, so we'll get that straightened out. I'm glad to hear from you.
Just so you're a caller that provides value, man.
Yeah.
In theory, we set those rules because sometimes we just get callers that aren't providing value. But I'm not lying here. You're providing value. It's a different ordeal. We have a lot of callers. You're not the only one. It's a different deal.
I really don't want to say. I'm not complaining or anything. It was for me. It opened my eyes a little bit because I depend so much on the TFNN, and that is the reason. Like now that you guys offer the promotion, I had to buy the whole. Hello.
Yes, we're here, Carlos.
Yes, I had to buy the $1,500 because I'm making money on that deal, and I know I can get all the feedback as far as the newsletters and everything I buy from you guys, because it depends so much. It's part of my trading. It's part of my
But we appreciate that, and we want you to know that even in the Tigers Den, the bottom line is that they know that you're always calling, you're making fantastic trades, you're giving us fantastic ideas, and that's the name of the game. Here, just stay right there, okay? Tommy and I are coming right back. 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now are down 102. Nasdaq's off 54. S&Ps are down 15. Gold's up 15.80. Silver's up 22 cents. Tommy and I are going to be right back, folks.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome, folks. Dow right now is down 126. Nasdaq's off 59. S&Ps are down 17. And the yen's getting blown apart, folks. That's what the yen's getting blown apart, getting stronger. The dollar's getting weaker. The yen just went down a full penny, folks. Okay, we just went from 110.36 to 109.89. That turned around, took the market down another 3 points. And 30 points, rather, and took gold up another 2 points. We're talking to Carlos, and we are going to be talking platinum. So, now, do you own this contract right now, Carlos?
Yes, I actually had to take some pain when it pulled back because I was planning on buying the 2 contracts that I usually buy.
Okay.
And when it pulled back, it really hit me. But I based my decision on the newsletter of the gold report.
Okay.
And I stay on my metals. So now I need a projection for this platinum, if you can give me one.
Okay, so let's take a look. I'm looking at the April platinum contract, folks. Okay, so we're at 943. Get volume there at 964. I mean, you know, we should at least test 964. That's the low of the 27th, Carlos.
Yes, 964. Is that for this? Let me see this contract.
This is the
oh, I'm so sorry. I'm using the July.
July. Okay, then. Okay, 1 second. Hold it. I'll get it.
I forgot about that.
No, that's all right. Okay, here we go. July. Okay, PLM. Oh, yeah, this is the contract I want anyway. So I had the wrong contract up. Anyway, this is the liquid contract. Oh, you get action here, man. Okay, so this is just this 983. You know, you're going to... 983. Now, this is not an ABC up, but, you know, you have the high volume pushing 19,400 contracts, you know. So the bottom of that is 951. Now, this is what's cool. See how we already come into 951? That's the bottom of Friday. The top is 983. Well, we'll enter it by $7. That brings your probability higher. You're going to go to the top of it.
Okay, great, Tom.
Yeah.
And Tom, one more thing. Thank you for those great promotions, especially these ones that are once in a year on the Tiger Dollars.
Yeah, well, we appreciate the business too, Carlos.
I love them, and I know you told me to go in the den last time, but I need to. I'm working on my writing, Tom. Sometimes it gets a little difficult writing and doing.
You know what I think? You know what we got to find out? I believe that we used to call it Microsoft Mary. There's a way that you can actually talk into the den. I got to look at that. We've never used it. I've never used it. I used it when it first came out.
Well, you know what does happen is sometimes you can talk, but I think that's only when we have programming not going on because we're pumping in the live shows in there while we have live programming. So after hours, it might be easier. That's what.
Hey, Carlos, right?
I'm really working on my writing.
Hey, Carlos, right? Trust me on this, right? They're talking about the den, and they all have graduated from the Obi-Wan School of Typing and Spelling. Trust me on this. I cannot do either. Okay, I don't know how I ended up in seriously, man. I'm totally serious, Carlos. It doesn't.
It's market speak. Market speak, baby. There you go.
Market speak.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Carlos.
Yeah, Tommy. Thanks so much, man. Hey, stay right there. Basil's coming up, folks. Then take a swim. Thanks, pal. Okay. Stay right there, folks. Basil's coming up.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.